Good morning, stamping friends. Hope you guys are all doing well. I'm having a great week here, and it is actually birthday week in the Heiling family. Actually, our grandkids, I should say. 4 out of our 8 grandkids celebrate birthdays this coming week. So we have a flow chart of where we have to be on what day, and so it's just been a lot of fun. It's so fun being a grandparent. Well, I am going to share with you a little Halloween treat, but before I do that, I just want to remind you that in case you haven't signed up for my online card club, that deadline is actually today, and so I'm going to be starting to work on the kits that will be going out around the 25th of the month. And so if you want to sign up, just be sure and click on the link that I will provide. And I wanted to also let you know that the bundle we're going to be using is Merriest Trees. Take a peek at it in the catalog. It's just such a cute little set with some Christmas trees, and it's just very kind of whimsical and fun to work with. And I think you're going to enjoy this month's online card club. If you don't sign up by the 10th, which is today, then if you sign up later than that, you'll just roll over to the month of November. So that one, I can assure you, will be a fun one as well. But if you want to get in on October's, just make sure you do that today. And then also don't forget the sign up special to help you get some products at a discounted price. And they are offering this as Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary. You can either get 35% off the starter kit price, which is normally $99, and you can get it now for $64.35, I believe is the exact down to the penny amount. Or you can choose 35% higher, and for only $99 you can pick out about $168.75 worth of products, and both those options come with free shipping. So I hope you take advantage of that. Thank you for those of you who have already taken advantage. I so appreciate you signing up to be on my team. All right, I'm going to turn the camera around, and we are going to do a Halloween project today. So let's get started. So we are going to make a cute little card today, and we're going to use the basic Halloween colors, which are orange and black. And we're going to start by taking a piece of pumpkin pie, and we're going to cut it to 6 inches by 5.5 inches. I want you to score on the long side. So this is the 6-inch side, and score over what did I do? 1 3/4 inch. So on the left side will be that score line. Then we're just going to fold on that score line. And now we're going to, let me grab my bone folder. Now we're going to build on this card. So the next thing we're going to do is take a piece of basic black paper. And I already did the embossing here, but this is called the Basics 3D embossing folder. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like crosshatch in there. It's probably our most subtle looking embossing folder. And this comes in a set of 3. They're all really nice. There's one that looks a little bit like a poinsettia. The other one is dots, kind of like those fidget dots. They're really raised high. And then this one, and you get all 3 in a pack for $30. But they're not in the catalog, and sometimes it's hard to find these. But if you just remember that they are an online exclusive, when you go to the website, there's a section that has just our online exclusives, and everything in there is not in the catalog, but there's a lot of nice products in there. All right, so this is just cut 5 1/4 by 4, and we're just going to adhere that to the back of this card. Looks like a traditional Halloween color with these, or cards with these colors. All right, now we're going to dress up the flap a little bit. What I did was I took basic black cardstock, and this is cut to 5 1/4 by 1.5. So I just made it 1/4 inch smaller than this panel. And we'll just use green glue to adhere that. It's really hard to believe we are almost, heading into the holiday season. Now we're going to put some designer series paper on there. Let me show you the chart of all the paper. I've used up almost a full pack already. Otherwise, I'd show you the full sheets. But them bones, look at all these fun different prints here. These are more like scenery ones that you can cut out to make a card. I'll show more later because I'm in some swaps with those. Or you could do scrapbooking with those. And then these are smaller prints. The dies with the skeleton match this on the paper. And so we're just going to be playing with this. It's a really cute set. Oh, and then these are all the coordinating colors. All right, so this designer series paper is just 1/8 inch smaller. So 5 1/8 by 1 3/8. And now we'll just layer this one on. Whoops, I think I have the bats going upside down. There is a right way up on that one. All right, now we're gonna make the front piece. So we're gonna start with basic black. Sorry, I can't remember all these measurements. This is 3 by 3, and we'll set the card aside. Then I took Cajun Craze. You can see a little bit of Cajun Craze in the print here in the moon. And this one is going to be, this is an odd one, 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. And we're just gonna adhere that one flat to the black one. And again, the nice thing about our green glue is that you can kind of move it around until you get it centered. All right, now the last piece is gonna be pumpkin pie, and I actually use the Stylish Shapes dies. I think this is the second to largest one, and the measurement is just a little over 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. All right, before we put this on the front, we're gonna stamp on here a little bit. Let me grab my little paper here because we're gonna stamp off of this. And I am gonna take the stamp that looks like they're little tombstones. And I'm gonna use pumpkin pie. Whenever you want just kind of a subtle look, it's nice to stamp the same color cardstock with the same color ink, and it'll give it a little more subtle effect. And we're just gonna stamp this on the bottom of the card. I wonder if I can go one more here. No, that's good. All right. Now the next thing we're gonna do is I am going to emboss a black haunted house. Here's the stamp. And what I'm gonna use is Versamark, which is clear, and it's a little more goopy than our regular inks, and it's made for sprinkling embossing powder on, and then you use a heat tool. So I'm gonna do that off camera because it'll take a little bit, but what I'll do is ink in Versamark and then sprinkle black embossing powder and then heat with that heat tool. So I will be right back. Okay, I have my haunted house done. Isn't this cute? I know it's hard to see the detail in it, but it's shiny, and if you look up close, you can see the windows and all the little peaks and stuff. So before we put it down to this piece of paper, we are gonna take a pencil and we're gonna kind of position this where we want it to go. I'm gonna slant it a little bit. It's really haunted. It's even rocking. And I'm gonna make a little line, let's see, right here where this edge goes. Like that. Do you see it? Okay, now we have a little ghost in this stamp set. Let me show you. Right here. However, this ghost, ghosts are usually white. And so when you stamp it, it's going to have to be a color. And whatever color you, I guess it doesn't really matter. You can make your ghost whatever, but I wanted traditional white. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have him peeking over this little edge of the haunted house. And so I just needed to know where to position my ghost based on where the haunted house will be. So what I'm going to do is kind of put him up in this area, and then part of him will be covered by the haunted house. So let me grab my Versamark just so I can show you where I'm going to stamp it. I think I'm going to have to stand up for this. So Versamark, and then just peeking out a little bit like that. And now I'm going to go emboss it. Do you see where I put it? Like that. And I will be right back again. All right, there we have our little ghost there, and now we can go ahead and put the haunted house on. Now, I'm not sure if you knew, we have black dimensionals. These are nice when you're working with dark colored cardstock. So I'm gonna put those on, and you know what the nice thing about these is, one pack will have both large dimensionals and the mini dimensionals, and both will be in black. So a lot of people don't even know we have that, but some people may say, why do you need black dimensionals? You can't see them anyway. But sometimes when they're close to the edge, or, you know, we stampers like to look at the side, like, how'd they make that? Is there dimensionals under there? But sometimes they peek out a little bit when they're by the edge. So just more options. Okay, now we're going to tilt him and cover him up partly, just like I said. And there we have it. All right, now it's just missing a little bit over in this corner. So I'm going to take my Memento Black and the little bats here. These stain, by the way, but you can wash them off with our ink, or I mean our StazOn ink remover. And we'll just put them right up here like that. Okay, now we're going to put this on the front of the card. So just grab your dimensionals for this one. I don't really need the black. it really doesn't matter. A dimensional is a dimensional, but I just wanted to show you that option. We always do the same thing every year for Halloween. We go with our grandkids to their neighborhood. They have the most awesome neighborhood. It's kind of small, but that's nice because you can get around to all the houses in a pretty short time, maybe like an hour or so. It's just fun to see all their neighbors. All right, now we're just gonna center this on that Cajun craze. And my daughter goes all out on decorating and on dressing up. The whole family dresses up and she never tells, so it's always a surprise. I guess one of these years we should dress up too. All right, now we're gonna place this on our card front. So when we do this, we just wanna put glue on this side, of course. So let me put some liquid glue on there. If you put it on the whole thing, then your card is not gonna open. And again, I just do have better luck when I stand and can center it better. There we go. Okay, now you might be wondering, how am I going to write on this card? We're going to put the little sentiment behind this square. So we're going to just decorate that. Isn't that coming together though? Very cute. It's kind of a fun fold as well. Now we're just going to take basic white, and I made this. Now this square, remember, the black one is 3 by 3. I like to make it like 1/8 inch smaller. So this is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 of basic white. And the reason is because we want it to hide exactly behind there. But sometimes it's so close that it sticks out a little bit and you can see that white edge. So that's why I like to trim it just a little bit smaller than the biggest square. Okay, now we're gonna use Trick or Treat for our sentiment, and we'll do that in pumpkin pie. And then we are gonna add some bats. So let me grab my paper again, and we will use Memento ink for that. And I'll just have them kind of randomly going here. And the last little touch is there's even a little ink stamp. There's a die that, or a die that's in the shape of a tag that matches that size, like that. All right, now let's just put this all together and then we will be done. All right, so the way I line it up is first put adhesive on the back. Okay, then what I do is I kind of set it, whoopsie, that's my host code. I set it on the back of here, kind of where I want it to go. Remember, the nice thing about that green glue is that you can position it. Now that I know where it goes, I just want to kind of straighten it out a little bit and make sure it covers it. Yep, okay. So there we have it. That way you can easily sign it. Whoops. Oops, I moved it. Let's see if it's still okay. Yep, all right. Okay, so they'll just have to dry a little bit. Sometimes when you glue on embossed paper, it takes a little bit longer to dry because there's so many bumps in there. All right, there you have our cute little Halloween card. Isn't that fun? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in any products, which by the way, there are a lot because the new catalog is out. So be sure and use my host code. And if your order is over $50, I will send you some Stampin' Up! Product as my way of saying thank you. And I will also send you a thank you card for that. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and happy fall, everyone. And we will be back sharing lots of holiday products and projects from the new mini catalog. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Bye-bye.